Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video on this channel. On today's video, we'll be working together to recreate this game day shot visualization by Opta. This visualization shows each team's shots, the expected goal from each shot with the size of the circle, and which one eventually ended up as a goal. On today's video, we'll be working together in Tableau to recreate this. If you're interested in using the same data, I'll have that link below in the description. Also, if you are interested in getting your own data, I'll have a part 2 of this video. I'll show you how you can get your data. We can use the StatBomb API, or we can also scrape our data. If you're interested in that, let me know again. Also, I created an average team possession visualization last time. Feel free to watch that above here. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, and let's hop into Tableau where we'll be working together to start this visualization. This is the visualization we'll be looking to recreate. This is from the Man City versus Arsenal game. The game ended up 2-2. Man City took a whopping 33 shots over on the left side, and Arsenal took 5 over on the right side. But Man City only accumulated 2.16 expected goals from 33 shots. But from what we can see here, we can see each shot is in the purple, and whichever one ended up as a goal is in pinkish red. From the size of the XG goes from small to large, so the larger one is the chance. XG is like the expected chance of each shot being a goal. So yeah, we can see how each shot is. This California's goal was not ideally, he shouldn't have scored that, but we can also see at the top here, we can see final score of the game, what day happened, and match information. So now let's go into Tableau where I'll be showing you how each data looks, and we can start our visualization. Okay, so here we are in Tableau, and the first thing you always want to do when we open Tableau is to connect to our data. So I saved this data as a CSV file, so what we want to do is connect to it as a text file over here on the left side. So here we have 3 different CSV files: the Shotmap, match information, and the match stat. The Shotmap shows the X and the Y location of each shot, and the type, if it was a goal, a miss, or everything. The match information stores the home team name, away team, the scores, and the match stat gives us the stats from the game. So we're just going to open up your data and see how everything looks like. Okay, so this is how everything looks from the match stat when you open the game stats CSV file. Once again, all 3 of them will be linked in the description, so feel free to download and follow through as we go through it. Each shot has an ID, so we have all the IDs down here. The X and the Y location, the goal type over here, so if it was a goal, a block, a miss, if you hit the post, we have all of that for each shot. Then we have everything for both teams all combined into one CSV file. Next one we want to connect to is our match information data. Match info. The match info contains the home team, away team, home score, away score, and all that information. And last but not the least, we want to connect to our stats. In our stats, we have the value for the home team, each possession, the expected goals, the chances. We have 48 different stats. We definitely won't need everything for our visualization, but we're just going to leave everything there. After this, what we want to do next, we want to start creating our visualization. First thing we want to do now, we want to plot the X and the Y location for each shot. To do that, we just grab the location X, put that in the columns. We want to have that as a dimension. We also get the location Y, make sure that is a dimension as well. So what we can see briefly, we can see from there, we can see each Man City shots on the left, we have Arsenal shots on the right, just a rough location of where every shot is. Next we want to do, we want to add our pitch. We want to add our pitch background to the back of this. To do this, what we can do, we go to map over here at the top, go to background images, then we choose our data source, which is the game Shotmap. From there, we can add an image, then you navigate down to where you store the image, you browse. I'll make sure to leave the image down in the description below, so feel free to download this, and let's keep going. Get that there, you open that source. Next, we want to specify the dimensions, the left, the right, the bottom, and the top, so everything fits and the shots are plotted where they actually happened. So I've worked with this data source. Depending on your data sources varies, but I've worked with this before. So the left is going to be -6, the right is 106, the bottom is 105, and the top is -5. Just like this, these are the dimensions for this image and for this data source. So what we can do next, we can just click on OK, and OK. Good. So next thing, we can fit the entire view. We can scroll out a little bit so we can see all of the locations. Beautiful. You can see now we have been able to get all the shot locations on the map, on a soccer pitch. So the next step now is to be able to differentiate which one was a goal and which one was a shot. First step we want to do, we want to be able to make sure our goals are in a solid circle and the shots are just in the blank circle there. Do that, we have our shot type over on the left side. We drag that over to the shape, move that there. We have all these shot types and we've aside different shot shapes. So what we can do now, we can make sure everything so every other thing but a goal is a different shape. So a shot, a block, miss, post, and the save, we can have that as a circle. Then the next one is the goal. The goal, we can have it as a field circle over there, just like that. We are good. Next one, we want to change the color. We want to make sure the shot type, each shot, the goal is in the red and every other type is in a different purple. So we move the shot type here, we can drag it here to color. Click on the color there, we edit colors. We do the same thing here. We make sure every other thing is purple, but the goal remains as a solid red, reddish pink. To be able to set the color we want, the desired color, we just go here, we double click on this. Then we pick our purple. We're going to repeat this step for all of the other shots aside the goal. So if in the case where you want to pick the exact purple what we have, you just get the image. What you can do, you can click here, pick a screen color down here. Then you can just hover over that, then you pick that. Then for the goal, we just assign it the red. Red is pink. Good, just like that. We have been able to plot our different shots. We can see our different shots where each shot was taken and which one was the goal, which one was just a blank shot. Then what we want to do, we can get rid of the axis labels. We can move that, we can right click and we can hide that. Beautiful. So we are good to move into our next step. The next step for us right now is to get our stats. We have 5 different stats and we want to show these different stats. Okay, so we are here looking to create our match stats. So the first thing we want to do, we want to get our goals. So we connect to our match stat data. We then look and see if we have our goals scored. Doesn't look like that. We have goals prevented, but we don't look at how our goal shots. So that's not a problem. What we can do, remember we had a shot type showing each goals, the goal location, the ID for each shot, and which one ended up being a goal. So we can head over back to the Shotmap, game Shotmap data. Then we can go to our shot type. We can just filter down to which one was a goal from all 5 of them. Now we have the block, the goal, the miss, the post, and the save. Go down to goal here. We click on our goal. Then we have to grab the ID from each shot that was a goal. We grab the ID, move that up to columns. Then we want to get a count of them. Go to measure, right click, you go to measure, then get a count. Good. Next, we want to differentiate which one from the team. We want to have like a different color for each team. So you move the team from here, you move that to color. Beautiful. So we've seen this one is Man City, this is Arsenal. Then one last thing we want to do, we want to put the ID. You can hold control down here, then you drag it to the text. Good. So we see the number over the color there. One thing that Opta always do, they always use this consistent color. The home team is reddish, the away team is purple. So we always want to try and match that too. To do that, we move the color, we edit colors. We give Man City as the home team, we give them back that same purple that we used. Then Arsenal as the away team, we give them that pink. Good, but this is a bit too dark. What we want to do now, let's be the entire view. What we want to do now, we kind of like change the opacity. We want to drop the opacity down to like 50%. Good, that is good. Then next thing we want to do now, we want to try and like edit this text to be a bit popping. We want it to be bold so people will be able to see it as well. Make that semi bold. We can increase the text to like a 15 and make sure it is black. Good. So we can also, what we can do too, we can make sure we have 4 goals in the game, so let's make the fixed end 4 as well. So it depends on the number of goals. This is the bad thing, which is like the downside of Tableau. You always have to like come down here to fix that. So fixed end is 4. We can now hide this. We can rename this to be called our goals. Next thing we want to create, we want to create on that worksheet so we can make one for XG, expected goals, down here. To To do that, we can go back to our match stats. Let's check our match stats if we have the expected goals. Look at that, we have expected goals. Now we don't have to filter, we don't have to do what we did for the goals. We can just go straight to the expected goals and start plotting that. So we drag the expected goals down to the columns, same thing. We move the team over here, we move it to the colors, then we move the expected goals here down to the label. So we can see the expected goal for Man City, see if that for Arsenal. Do the same thing that we did previously, change the color. And for Arsenal, we also change the color. Good. So we also want to drop down the opacity down to 50%. And we want to change the text to 15. Semi-bold. Make it that bold and big for everyone to see. And black. Okay. Remove the header from here. Then the next thing we want to do, we want to make sure we want that as 2 decimal places, just like how they have it here, right? So what we can do, we can right click on that text, then go to format, go to fields down here, expected goal, number, custom number, then we have 2 decimal places just like that. Good. So our next stat is the shot. It seems like our shot is also in this data frame. We have all our shots on target. Every other stat is in this our match stats data frame. So what we can do, we can just do a duplicate. But before we do that, let's rename this. We can duplicate this to have it as shots. Let's rename it to shots. So what we can do now that we duplicated it, see we still have the expected goals, but we want to change that to the total shots over here. What we can do, we can drag that PO, the total shots, then just raise it over the expected goal, just like this. Just put it over this. Good. Then you also make sure we change the text for that, just like that. We have 33 shots to 5 shots from Arsenal. Same thing as before. We can format this to have, we just want it as 1 decimal place. We don't want a decimal place for that, so we just want a standard number. Good. Next one is our shot on target. Let's duplicate this. On targets, we go to where is our shots. We look for that over here. Shots on targets. Do the same thing. Move that over here. Shots on target 2. Move that over here. Beautiful. We can hide this. We can then format that to remove all decimal places. Fields, shot on targets. We want 0 decimal places. Just like that. Then the last but not the least, we want to have our possession stats. Finally, let's duplicate this for the last stats. Rename it as possession. So let's look for our possession. What you can also do, you can just search over here. Possession. Look at that ball possession. We have that here. Move that up here. Then we can also move that to our text down here. As you can see here, they have it in 0 decimal places and a percentage sign. Don't worry, we can also do that too. Go to format. We then go to our fields here. Ball possession. What we want to do, we want custom. 0 decimal place, then we add a suffix, which is our percentage sign. Just like that, we have gotten something similar to that. We can get rid of this. Actually, you can format this to have it at 100 instead of 105. You can as well do that the same for the short on target and XG as well. Then you get rid of that. So the next thing on our agenda, we want to get the team logos, the team names here. Let's get into that. We'll get into that now. Create a new sheet. So this one, we're going to be working with the match information. So once it comes to using different custom logos, there's a whole process for Tableau. First thing you want to do, you want to go on the internet, you want to grab that home team logo, ideally as a PNG file. This type of files do not have a background, so you can get it from SofaScore if you're interested in that. Get that team logo, then you head over to your document folder. When you're in your document folder, you then go to my Tableau repository. You click on that, then you head over to the shapes over here. In the shapes folder, what you can do, you can create a new folder. This is mine. I've created mine with the Premier League. In that new folder, you can now go ahead and you can paste the logo which you just downloaded from the internet as a PNG file. For me now, for example, we have Man City and Arsenal. You can do that. Then you have your custom logos saved in the shapes. Now we can head over to Tableau to continue our project. For the home team is Man City. We can drag we're working with shapes now. We drag the home team into a shape. We go to our shape. So to be able to apply the custom images we just did, what you want to do, you want to click on reload shapes. And that's good. So after that, you go to the drop down arrow here, the default drop down arrow. Then you go to where the folder you saved it in. Click on that, it should be here. Man City and Premier League. Then click on Man City. Then you just assign them that logo. Just like that. Let's fit the entire view. What we also want to do, we want to add that club name down here. To also do that, you can hold Control and drag it to the label. Then we want to move it from here down here. To do that, we go to alignment. We move the vertical to the bottom. Then we move the horizontal down to the middle. That's good. Now we can just change the formatting and the font. Let's make it a semi-bold. You want to make it as big. You want to make it for big. You want it big for people to see, just like that. For Arsenal, we can do the same. Go to shape, away team in shape. Then go to shape Arsenal. You've done the same thing for Arsenal, so you do the same process where you get the logo. You don't have to reload the shapes because you've already done that process. So you click on Arsenal wherever you stored the image. Click on Arsenal down there. Then we want to drag the away team name down to the label, just like that. You fit the entire view. Do the same thing we did. Alignments, bottom, middle. Change the formatting, 15. Depending on which one you want to use, and we are good. We're good because we've gotten the Man City and the home and the away team information. The next thing we want to do now, we want to get the match information where you see Man City to Arsenal to Premier League, all of this. Good, we can create a new worksheet for that. To do that, we first want to get the home team, all the information we need. Home team name, home score, away score. Actually, let's fit the entire view so we'll see how everything's going. Away team, competition. We also need the dates. From the date, we need to get the month and the day. We can get rid of the quarter. We don't need that information. Next, we can go ahead and we can format this. So how we want it? We want this. Let me just show you how this stored is. So we want the team name first. Home team, away team dash, away score, home team, away team, then the competition, the day, month, year. Good. So we can do the same here. Home team. Home team, want it in the middle. Home team, you have the home score. You have the away score. Actually, you have a dash, away score. Then you have the away team. Then next up, you want to have the competition. Then you want to put that space in between. Then we have the day, the month, and the year. So let's make sure we also get rid of what this white space is. Yeah, good. So what we want to do now, we want to change the formatting for everything so we can make it big and bold. Oh, sorry, we want to make this semi-bold. Let's make it like a 18. Good. Then the next one, you can make it like a medium. You can make it like a 16. Then okay, good. Just like that. So let's make it black over here. Another thing we want to add to this is this. You see the Man City shots, Arsenal shots. So I'm going to make this a dynamic one. So whenever you have a new data set, so it just changes according to the team name. So you don't always have to go change the team name whenever you get new data. You can always make it like a dynamic one. So this is really, really easy. Just go here, just create a new sheet, drag the home team name here. Then you just add shots. just like that. Or what we can also do, we can create a new calculated field, so we can make sure everything is like uppercase. So you want to make it per, then hunting. You can see home upper. Instead of that, you can make it this, so we have Man City shorts just like that. You want to make it aligned in the middle, center aligned in the center, just like that. Let's make it pink, purple, is gray, so it doesn't catch everyone's attention. We can also make it big, medium, bigger, just like that. Then for the away team, we can just do the same thing. We can duplicate this, edit it, name this the away, making sure it's in uppercase. Can have the away team. Good. Then just replace that here. Just put that over here. So you have Arsenal shorts just like that. So now that we've gotten every single item on this image, what we want to do now, we want to put everything together, and the best way to do that is using a dashboard. So we can go ahead and we can create our dashboard. To create our dashboard, we just go down over here, create our dashboard, and from this visualization we can see that it is favoring our width as compared to our height. So you have to give more attention to the width compared to the height. So to do that, we can resize our dashboard, go to our width, let's make it like 1500 is fine, by 900. 1500 by 900, it should be ideal. Good. Next thing we want to do now, we want to put everything where everything goes. We want to like put the match information. You see how everything goes over here. Put match information at the top, put the Shotmap here, and then we can put the stats there. We can handle that later. So let's separate everything first. Home team, can put that up here, then we can leave the bottom down here for some padding, just like that. First thing we want to do, we want to put the match information at the top. Get rid of this title. To do that, we just go to more options down here, remove the title, goes like that. We can also put like some padding on the left side here, just to make everything look clean. Then the next thing we want to do, we can drop our combined Shotmap into the middle here. Put that down in the middle. Good. First thing, get rid of the title. Kind of like just like that. Maybe move this a bit. Actually, our map is kind of like really wide. We don't need it that wide. Good, like this. Beautiful. This is basically what we have here. Good. We've added our background Shotmap there. Then we added the game information over there. Next thing we want to do, we want to now add our stats. This can be a bit complex, but it's pretty easy. I'll make it easy for you. So now that we have a sheet, we want to add another sheet over it. So the best thing to always do is to add a floating item. You can put a floating container in the middle of it. Just put the floating container, drop it down here. We can also like try and like fit it in, but help us like make sure everything is very aligned properly. What we can do, we can add a background grid to this. So to do that, we go to the dashboard, we add show grid, which is good. The next thing you want to grid options, you want to increase it a little bit. So we can use, let's say 40. Beautiful, 40 is a good option. So now we can just try and like place everything where they are. Before we do that, let's make sure everything is well aligned. You can see this line is aligned well. Do this too, make sure it's in the middle. Good. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can try and like align everything cleanly. Make sure everything looks good. So we are good. What we can also do, we can make sure this image doesn't move around. You know, we don't want to like be able to drag it around. What we can do for that, we can turn off, we go to map here, map options, we turn off zoom and we turn off this layer. Just like that, everything is steady. Next, we want to continue with our stats. We want to dump all the goals, the stats we've created. We want to put everything in there. To do that, we start with our goals. Oh, sorry, we make sure it's tiled. Don't leave it as a footing, make sure it's tiled. We start with our goals, put our goals in there. Then we put our XG. After our XG, we put our shots. Just put it down there. Then we put the shots that we on target. Last but not the least, we put our possession. Just like that, we are getting closer and closer to our goal. Good. Actually, this image, we need to change that so that Man City is purple, Man City is red, yellow, and Arsenal is purple. I'm just going to briefly do that. Okay, so we are back. One thing I want to do, we want to make sure we get rid of all of these legends here. We don't need to show our legends. Get rid of all of them. Good. And now what we want to add is our club logos. So we want to add just like this, the team logos and the team names down there, so that we can just have them as make sure they are floating, because we're putting another sheet above another sheet above a sheet. So we have the home team first. Get rid of all of this. We don't want the title. You move that here. And we get the away team as well over here. We don't want the title over here as well, so we can move everything together cleanly. Good. So what we can also do, we can just bring this stats a bit down to give room for this. To do that, we can go to our vertical container here and just, move them a bit down here, just like that. Now we can move this a bit. Can give this a bit room, and we are good. Everything is more aligned. The next thing we want to do, we want to work with our text. You see our goals here. The thing we have with Tableau is that we don't want to necessarily put them in the middle here, just because it can go above our text here. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to edit our text so in a way so that we can position it, make it look good, and people can still be able to tell that, okay, this is this stats. Okay, to do that, we can just double click on the text here. Make sure we put our custom one, not the text, the sheet name. We want the goals. You can put that on the right alignment. You can make it black. We can also do it 12 and make it semi-bold. Good. So we will do that for all the other stats. Okay, so now that we're able to edit our titles to make them a bit clean and every time move them to the right, so everything is looking a bit cleaner. We forgot to add the shorts, Arsenal short, Man City shorts. Okay, to do that, we want to also work with the floating, make sure it's also floating, because we're putting a sheet over another sheet. Home shorts, sorry. Then we put them there. We don't want the title. Get rid of that. Then we can just fit that to the bottom here, just as they did. Good. Then we can do the same thing for Arsenal over here. Don't want the title. Put that here. Just like that. Beautiful. It seems like we're getting closer and closer to our visualization. Okay. Next thing we want to do, let's make everything cleaner. Let's get rid of the white backgrounds. Let's get rid of the axis and everything. So let's do it. Let's clean everything up. Dashboard. Let's take it first of all. Let's get rid of the grid so we can see all this axis. Let's get rid of everything. First one we want to do, we want to format this. We want to go over to shading. We don't want the background there. Here also we do not want the background. For the axis here, the main image here, we do not want axis labels. We don't want this tutorials. We don't want this. We can get rid of our go over to lines. We don't want zero lines. We don't want axis rollers and ticks. Good. The next thing we want to do now, we can also get this of the axis, the ticks here. Go here. We can get rid of the grid lines. Nope. We can also get rid of the grid lines here for every one of them. Okay, we are getting there. One other thing we want to do is, you see the this, we want to make sure they are over at the end of the line, so everything's aligned to the end. So this is going back to what we were doing earlier for adding up this to 4. You know how we added this to 4? We also want to do it for the rest. So what we can do here, we can, where is the, so I'm just going to go back to each sheet and make sure I'm going to add everything up together. To do that, you just go back to each sheet, right click here, you show the header again, edit that, then you make sure the end matches up to the total of both stats. So this should be 14. Then just remember to close the header there. So one more thing we can also do, we can remove the background from this text. I forgot to do that, sorry. So we can remove the background from each of this. See that? You see that white? We are going to get rid of that. Good. So this is looking better. It's looking cleaner. So let me just show you everything. So this is what we wanted, and this is what we got. So we definitely got to where we were, what we wanted, but the only difference was the XG, and unfortunately it's really hard to get those XG data. So I feel like we did a good job. Let me know how you did below. Let me know if you were able to accomplish this, if you got stuck on any points. Let me know, please. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave everything below in the description. The data I used, the images, everything, I'm going to leave in the description, because I want to also see you do yours, and I want to see how everything turns out. Once again, if you need a part 2 showing how to get the data, I will be very happy to do so. I'll be able to create one using the Tableau API. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to see you in the next video. Let me know which other video you want to create. I have a couple lined up, so yeah, let me know which one you want first, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you have yourself a good day.